Welcome to the second hour of the morning show here on eTV. Perhaps you've just joined us. My name is William, last name Lahong, the black Chinese guy. Our next guest is Khandani Msibi, who is 3Sixty Group CEO, right? He joins us now to talk about the hashtag Dad Cares Period movement that seeks to highlight menstruation as a natural occurrence that does not just affect women and young girls, but that ultimately affects everybody, right? So the initiative leading up to Father's Day encourages the participation of men, that's you and I, in conversations around menstruation and menstrual hygiene. It comes on the back of the successful Salome Menstrual Hygiene Day virtual event that looked to the hashtag Break the Silence on the stigmatization of periods in our society. Molo Tata.
Molo William.
All right.
Very well, thank you, Njangwe.
I'm very happy to have you in studio, but let's start the conversation. I mean, the hashtag itself.
Yes.
Apart from it being attention grabbing, it's also very, it's strong, right? Talking about daddies caring, periods. Where did the premise come from?
I think the premise came from us as a group focusing on women's reproductive health and looking for products and solutions to help women. And also getting to a point where we understand what women go through.
Right.
I mean, these are the people that have brought us to earth. So there's a very complex natural process in their bodies that is separate from ours. And I, as a father as well, have 3 daughters. And with my first daughter, I thought I understood menstruation because I used to have a secret with her, you know,
right.
and go out and buy pads and come back. But as I learned about menstruation from the group's perspective, I learned that I did not do it right. I participated, but I closed myself, or rather, I was not aware of the sufferings that some women go through. I mean, for instance, women go through, some of them, it's not just bleeding. For some of them, it's very excruciating pains and cramps. Others is a lot more bleeding than is normal for a lot of women. And others is what is called a polycystic ovarian syndrome, where they just struggle to stop bleeding throughout the month. So all of those problems require scientific intervention. And as a group, we started investing and we developed products with a number of scientists. And we thought that this project needs to involve dads as well, and brothers,
right.
boyfriends. Right?
Yes.
Because it's not just, women are not just on their own on this. In fact, they are going through this for all of us.
Right.
Menstruation is for all of us, because without it, we don't exist. So the hashtag Dad Cares pilot program. It's about sensitizing fathers about what their daughters go through.
I mean, I've got 2 daughters as well. My youngest just turned 2.
Yes.
If I were to start this conversation with my daughters, what would you advise?
I think the first thing is for you to understand that a period is not just a bleeding. There's a whole lot of things that are going on with, in the lives of women. In fact, what we have tended to have historically is that we tended to, if a society tended to close itself to menstruation, and women have also endured a lot more pain quietly. You know, that's why we say break the silence. Right? Think about it. I mean, in your working life, in your school life, you've never seen a woman walking around saying that I've got periods, I'm actually paining. But a lot of them are actually going through excruciating pain quietly. Right? So that's the first thing, that to understand that we need to get to the conversation as men by first understanding that it can be very bad for them. Talk to them and be there for your daughters, be there for your spouse, be there for your sisters.
And there are many girl dads in our society that who perhaps find it difficult to have these conversations about periods and period hygiene with their girls, right? How would you suggest they then participate beyond just the buying of pads from the stores?
I think the conversation, I mean, there's, from the group's point of view, provided products that actually deal with a period pain. Because period pain is not something that you deal with using normal pain tablets. Right? Because you also, as a woman, you can't take pain tablets consistently for a long period of time, right? So we've developed products that are based on herbal extracts, which are safe for the body, in particular the woman's body, which takes a lot, you know, from the manner in which it is structured and engineered. Right? So we provided those products.
What sort of feedback were you getting from the subjects that have taken the herbs and the pills?
We've been getting very good feedback, right, from people that have used the Salome. It's actually coming very nice. We're very pleased that we are contributing towards this very subject that has been a lot of a taboo, that we can talk to women. In fact, one of my women friends, Dr. Cindy, may her soul rest in peace. That's one woman that we used to talk to openly about vaginas and vagina health, menstrual health, and I think also in the group, right, what we've had is that we've introduced period leave, right? That if a woman is on a period, there's a day on which she's struggling, she can take a day off. You don't have to notify anybody before. You just have to tell them that, hey, it is that day.
And how are employers responding to that call?
Initially,
early stages.
Look, we launched this before COVID, and then COVID happens, right?
Yeah.
And then a lot of our employees are working from home, so you kind of don't get to understanding what is happening. But at least as an organization, we offered that, right? And I think what was interesting is that no man came back and said we must also have a day, because it's kind of a thing that the Me Too type of a situation.
Right.
If you give women an extra day, what about us? No, I think the guys in the group have been quite understanding that when the ladies are on their period, it's our time to actually fill in.
I like that you've decided to coincide this with Youth Month and Father's Day.
Yes.
But I imagine there's a bigger picture at play. What is it?
The bigger picture is that we must care for women as men. We must understand more about what they're going through. And I mean, for instance, at home, when my wife goes through her period, I mean, I make sure that I'm there. And I buy her chocolate and I buy her flowers. She must know that she's cared and loved for, right? I think the idea here is that there's unique problems that women suffer from that we must begin to focus on. So for us as a group, the whole area of women's health. I mean, for instance, one of the projects that we're working on is on ovarian cancer and breast cancer, right? That we want to get better products, right? For women that have less side effects than what is there in the market.
Yeah.
So the area of women's reproductive health is an area of great focus for the group.
So if I'm a dad, I'm watching Ubaba Msibi this morning on the morning show,
yes,
speaking with William, having this interesting conversation. I want to take part in the Daddy Cares period campaign. What do I do in my little corner of South Africa? Be
a dad, right? Talk to your girl, and we use girl here because we're focusing on dads, right? But there's many ways in which we relate with women. It could be your wife, could be your spouse, it could be your sister, your colleague, right? Have a conversation about menstrual health, what she's going through when it is when she's on her period, right? So get to open that conversation, because we've been badly socialized in that we've kept menstruation as like a taboo subject. It's never discussed. I mean, when I grew up, I never knew that my sisters went through menstrual periods, right?
Right.
And also as you grow up as a young man, it's almost like when your woman is going through her period, she should be by herself. Yeah? And that's a whole socialization of us maybe from being cut off from our sisters' experiences, and then cutting ourselves from our spouses' experiences, and then also not participating in our daughters' experiences. So this thing just continues and continues and continues. So we want to break that, to break the cycle of non-participation of men in their women's menstrual cycles.
And stop that stigma. I imagine you've got a product that you've developed as well, sanitizer that you were talking to me about before we came on.
Oh yes. As a group, we're investing in COVID as well. I think these days, the best gift you can give to any person is a vaccine. And we never thought you could get to that. But there's a lot of other interventions. There's a product called Aerosite that we're bringing from the US, developed by a company called Sterilumen. And it's a product is developed in partnership with NASA, the US state agency. What it does, Aerosite, it sterilizes the air, right? Because we know COVID is in the air. But we don't have devices currently that actually sterilizes the air. But this device has been approved by the FDA for use because air quality is becoming a major issue. And we submitted to SABRA for evaluation, and we should get results in it. But the FDA has approved the product. Stock is coming, and William, I like what I've seen here with young people here. I'm offering you guys one device. When our stock arrives, I'll bring one here for you guys to use in your studio.
That is awesome, Dr. Msibi. Enkos.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I mean, that was Khandani Msibi with us here on the morning show. Taking a quick ad break. We'll be back with lots more. Stay with us.